This is my hobby, the greatest hobby. Hello everyone, Hobbyist here. We are back at it again with our Talisman character exploration guide. And previously, we have covered the sprite and her ability to cycle 2 spells at a time in comparison to 1. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to turn on that notification bell as well, because I want to make sure that these videos can provide the information that you need in order to benefit yourselves inside of your own Talisman adventures. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get on to the next character. The next character that we're going to be covering inside of the Highland Expansion is a noble spirit sent by the heavens to protect and reward those who attain glory through valorous deeds. This is the Valkyrie. Let's go ahead and get inside of the Valkyrie's card and see what it is that she is all about. As we can see, the Valkyrie has a strength of 3 and a craft of 4, which is pretty good, all things considered. And as we can see down here, we got this black eagle head logo. And that simply is the symbol of the Highland Expansion. If you want to learn more about the Highland Expansion, I'll leave a link to the video up top. But otherwise, any of the components that are a part of the Highland Expansion are going to bear this eagle head logo. So it makes it easier for you when it comes to differentiating it from the rest of your Talisman adventures. But moving forward with the rest of the Valkyrie's character card, we can see that she's got a fate of 3, an average life of 4, she is a good character, she starts in the ruins. From a strategic standpoint, there's not really anything much that comes out of starting at the ruins, especially if you're only playing with the Highland Expansion, because all the way on the far left corner of the screen is where the Highland region is. So, still pretty far. In fact, I'd say, considering that the tavern's 2 spaces over when we talked about the rogue, she is the second furthest away from the Highland. However, because she starts in the ruins, she has immediate access to the dungeon expansion, if you haven't checked out that video yet. But moving forward, we can see that she has 3 character abilities. First of which says, you may add 1 to your attack score during battle. Okay, so this is interesting, because the fact that the Valkyrie has a strength of 3, and that generally when it comes to battles, it's always going to be the stats, plus whatever weapons or modifiers you have, plus your die roll, is the general basis. But being able to add 1 to your attack score, regardless of whatever you roll, regardless of however small you may be in the beginning, that could be the difference in you snowballing and being able to gain the trophies that you need in order to boost your stats, and then maybe make your way over to the Highlands. So it's definitely a very good ability to start off with. But the second character ability makes it even more interesting, because you may visit the graveyard as if you were of evil alignment. So generally, when it comes to good characters inside a Talisman, they're always going to lose a life inside of the graveyard. This still remains the case when you switch over to the Cataclysm board. If you guys are more interested in the Cataclysm expansion, I've got a video that details everything about that. And then with the graveyard, it's always going to be able to either replenish your fate, or you have the ability to pray, which is what other evil characters have access to in the base game. So, the fact that as a Valkyrie, you can then replenish your fate for free, honestly is just very, very good. Because a lot of times, good characters miss out on the opportunity to replenish fate for free, because the chapel doesn't offer that to them. It's only the graveyard. And unless you're buying fate back, or you have certain things that can replenish your fate, or exceed your fate limit, you're not really going to have much luck. So this is definitely something that is very great, and something that you want to take advantage of very frequently. But then this third character ability is where things really, really start to get interesting, because whenever a follower is killed, you may resurrect it and keep it as your follower, instead of allowing it to be placed on the discard pile. You may only resurrect each follower once per turn. Okay, so to break all this down, and this ability honestly has the most versatility, because followers are a type of adventure card, as we are well familiar with, that is in every single expansion in Talisman. There's always going to be some sort of followers that are going to benefit you as they accompany your journey, or they might hinder you, as we've learned inside of the Harbinger expansion. But a lot of times, followers might get killed off for different circumstances. Sometimes it's because of a dragon rage, sometimes it's because of certain events or certain NPCs like the Reaper and the Werewolf can kill off followers. But the fact that the Valkyrie can essentially save these followers and take them for herself is a very, very, very powerful ability, because if you're able to achieve the right followers, then they're going to make your trek way easier when you go up the Highland Mountains, if you see that to be your point in strategy. Or if you feel even more confident, let's say you've acquired a lot of followers inside of just the outer region, and then you go to the Highland region and you acquire followers, and a lot of them either give you stat boosts or something like that, and then you get those resurrections, then at that point, maybe it might prove fruitful to go to the dungeon, see if you can farm for more followers, because followers are going to be able to assist you. Even though the dungeon is a bit more risky play, and that the city expansion or the woodlands would be safer in comparison, dungeon's got some pretty solid followers too. And the fact that you can resurrect them at least once during your turn is honestly great, because one of the other painful things that happens is that you might lose a really good follower who's been giving you an ability, or a combination of followers have been giving you specific sets of abilities that other characters don't possess. There are followers in certain expansions to where they might give you insight into the adventure cards. There are followers that not only give you stat boosts, but can also benefit you in the ways that the terrain works, prevent you from falling into traps in certain locations. Honestly, this ability is just absolutely fantastic. And I honestly think that overall the Valkyrie is gonna be second, if not third best character inside of the Highlands. This ability to resurrect followers, to be constantly keeping your fate up, using the graveyard as if you're an evil character, is just great. It really, really is. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As a friendly reminder, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit that notification bell, because I'm going to be constantly dropping Talisman related content every single Tuesday. But thank you guys so much again. Maybe these next two videos might be something that pique your interest.